So what is mitosis? Mitosis is the type of cell division, involves 4 phases. कैरियोकाइनेसिस जो है, कैरियोकाइनेसिस का 2 हो सकता है, या तो माइटोसिस या तो meiosis, where division divides, the nucleus divides into 2. The nucleus divides into 2. That is either mitosis or meiosis. So karyokinesis में mitosis. Mitosis में आता है पहला prophase. In prophase there are 2 parts. It is divided into 2 parts. One is early prophase and late prophase. Early prophase and late prophase. Now, before teaching you prophase and all, you should know what is the nucleus. See, study. This is the cell. Okay, this is the cell. Inside the cell, क्या होता है? There is a nucleus. Okay. Now let's study the nucleus alone. When we study nucleus, the nucleus is covered by nuclear membrane. A nuclear envelope. What is nuclear membrane? In the nucleus, there is a nucleolus. There is a nucleolus. Yeah. Now it is surrounded by chromatin reticulum. So it is surrounded by a liquid part. The liquid part is called as nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm. The nucleoplasm contains all the material required for formation of nucleic acid. So, क्या लिखने का? It contains all the materials required for formation of nucleic acid. Nucleic acid, RNA and DNA are nucleic acid. Now, let us study यहाँ पे in the nucleoplasm. What is actually nucleoplasm? It is a jelly-like material. Is it? Nucleoplasm is a jelly-like material. अगर हम उसको देखेंगे तो appearance कैसा रहेगा? It is jelly-like. इसके around में in the nucleoplasm there are thread-like structures moving, and this thread-like structures are called as chromatin reticulum. क्या है? Chromatin reticulum या chromatin network. This chromatin reticulum, when it resolves, is chromatin reticulum only. This chromatin reticulum, okay? When it resolves, मतलब simple होता है. It forms a thread-like chromatin thread. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Chromatin thread. This chromatin thread undergo dehydration and understand, and uncoiling, dissolving होता है, uncoiling, dehydration. It becomes shorter and thicker. ये क्या आएगा? Shorter and thicker to form definite number of chromosomes. क्या बनेगा? Chromosomes. Now, what is the chromosome? How does the chromosome look like? A chromosome is made up of each में एक centromere. There is a centromere. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Centromere. And there are 2 chromatids. These 2 are called as sister chromatids. क्या नाम है? Sister chromatids. Okay. Now, in the chromatid there is a DNA. The DNA जो है, in the chromatid there is a DNA. DNA chromatid में होता है. Now, what I am telling you further कि कुछ 2 टाइप के अभी ये क्रोमोसोम है, ठीक है, ये दूसरा क्रोमोसोम बना। तो ये दोनों क्या है, दे आर होमोलोगस क्रोमोसोम। इसको क्या बोलते हैं, होमोलोगस क्रोमोसोम्स। नाउ व्हाट आर होमोलोगस क्रोमोसोम्स? ये वो क्रोमोसोम्स है होमोलोगस जो दोनों दोनों क्रोमोसोम्स जोड़ी में रहते हैं, दे आर इन पेयर। फॉर एग्जांपल, हम लोगों के सेल में देयर आर 23 पेयर्स ऑफ क्रोमोसोम्स। कितने? 23 पेयर्स। पेयर्स मतलब 23 जोड़ी, तो ऐसा दो दो का 23 होता है ना। इसमें क्या होता है, ये दोनों जो है, ये दोनों, इनको बोला जाता है नॉन सिस्टर क्रोमैटिड्स, ठीक है, दे आर कॉल्ड एज नॉन सिस्टर क्रोमैटिड्स। नाउ prophase, there is an early prophase and there is a late prophase. What is the early prophase? What happens in the early prophase? During early prophase, the chromatin reticulum, you know now what is the chromatin reticulum? Starts resolving, starts resolving, that is it undergo uncoiling, uncoiling, it becomes shorter, thicker, okay, undergoes dehydration to become definite number of chromosomes, definite number of chromosomes, ठीक है। Now chromatin reticulum starts resolving to form a definite number of chromosomes, जो हम लोगों ने देखा, chromatin reticulum, chromatin thread बनता है, then slowly chromosomes बनते हैं, correct? Now इसके बाद क्या लिखना है, the centrioles start moving away from each other. Now in the nucleus, अगर हम स्टडी करेंगे, in the nucleus there is a centriole, inside it there is a centriole, nucleus, nucleolus, centrioles. There are centrioles. The centrioles, first thing, they divide into two centrioles. Okay? The centrioles divides. क्या होता है? Centrioles divides and starts moving away from each other. They start moving away from each other. So these are centrioles, they move away from each other. इसके बाद क्या होता है? Apart from that क्या होता है? There is a late prophase. क्या होता है? Late prophase. The early prophase, late prophase. In late prophase क्या होता है? The condensation, the nuclear membrane and nucleolus begins to disappear. वो क्या disappear होने लगता है? The nuclear membrane and nucleolus begins to disappear. They go away from each other. They disappear. वो गायब होने लगते हैं. Okay. The formation of spindle protein starts. Of spindle proteins starts. To start with the formation of spindle protein starts or begins. Okay, and the condensation is completed. Pura. Okay, the condensation is completed of chromosomes is complete. I told you what is the condensation. Huh? The chromosome become shorter, thicker, and become definite number of chromosomes. Hmm? Metaphase. Okay. So metaphase is a mid phase where the chromosomes appears in the equatorial plane. Centromere moving to the opposite poles. Here, right here, there is a centromere. इधर एक रहेगा. Okay. There is a centromere. The spindle proteins that is formed from the centromeres. It is appearing Q spindle proteins. The spindle proteins, what it do? It holds the chromosomes. Chromosomes are tetraploid now. चार चार होते हैं उसमें. दो क्रोमेटिड होने चाहिए ना. चार होएगा क्योंकि it has to be doubled up. डबल होना है ना उसका साइज. Now, what else? इसके अलावा कुछ और भी मिलेगा. Now you can see something else. These things are called as astral rays. These are centrioles. Centrioles. These are called as the interpolar fiber. क्या? Interpolar या interzonal fiber. Interpolar or interzonal fibers. These are chromosomal fibers. So what you study in the metaphase, the word meta means mid. Phase means stage or step. So it is a mid phase where all the chromosomes appears in the equatorial plane. The formation of spindle protein is almost proceeded almost to a large extent बढ़ जाता है, but not 100% completed because one more spindle protein is to be formed. The astral rays are formed, one spindle protein. The chromosomal fibers, another spindle protein, and interzonal or interpolar fibers, another protein. These are specialized contractile spindle proteins. What are spindle proteins? They are specialized contractile fibers, contractile proteins. These are specialized contractile proteins. Okay, now we'll go ahead. This is the metaphase or mid phase. इसके बाद आता है third phase is second phase. Metaphase. इसके बाद आता है third phase is anaphase. Now बच्चे लोग, what happens in the metaphase? The astral mitosis takes place in animals. In plants, astral mitosis is absent. So in plants ऐसा कहा जाता है in plants due to absence of astral rays, it is called as anestor mitosis. कौन सा mitosis बोलते हैं? Anestor mitosis. ये plants में होते हैं. Okay. Now, now look at the diagram which I am drawing. So what did you find in this? The chromosomes, which was in the equatorial plane, develops a force of repulsion and they separate and they move towards the opposite direction. So half of them goes to this node centriole and half of them come to this centriole. They go to opposite centrioles. So one new fibers is formed called as interchromosomal fibers. It's interchromosomal fiber. दो क्रोमोसोम के बीच तो total how many fibers are spindle proteins are there? 4. ठीक है? 4 types of spindle proteins are there. Astral rays, interzonal fibers or interpolar fiber joining the two pole, and chromosomal fiber joining the centriole of the chromosome to the centromere of the chromosome to the centriole. Joining the centriole to the centromere of the chromosome. यहाँ पे क्या होता है? Between the two chromosomes there is a special fiber. Between the two chromosomes, देखो, between the two chromosomes, the special fiber, and this is called as interchromosomal fibers. Okay, anaphase is the shortest of all phase. It is the shortest of all phase. Okay, anaphase. Now, last phase is the telophase. क्या है? Telophase. What happens in the telophase? The chromosomes which is moving towards the centriole, it reaches the centriole. Okay, the nucleolus is formed. The nuclear membrane is formed. The two nucleus is formed. The chromosomes become hydrated. वहाँ पे dehydrated था. Undergo hydration. Undergo coiling. वहाँ पे uncoiling था. It becomes coiling. यहाँ पे become longer and again become chromatin thread, then chromatin reticule. With this, our cell division mitosis part is done.